So this webinar is on CFA, right? And it's very specifically on the question of whether CFA is worth doing it. That is the title of the webinar. So when we say whether CFA is worth it or not, the idea is, different people are in different states of mind or different, positions. All those aspects, considering all those aspects, should a person do CFA, irrespective of the age, irrespective of background, so on and so forth. That is what we'll try and address in this session. So first up, right, to start off on this, I want to actually, take a slight detour right at the beginning and, try and give you a sense of what matters in a person's career. Right. So you all must be aware, that Facebook, or Meta, as they call it now, has laid off employees last week, probably some good percentage of their workforce, some 5 or 10%. Then there is talk, Twitter has laid off some 80-90% of their employees. Then there is, quite a few Indian startups and quite a few people have laid off employees, right? So in these times, right, I know that there can be uncertainty, and, there a lot of them are actually, engineers. So I don't know how many of you are engineers right now in this webinar, but, especially the engineers who are based in technology related sectors, are bearing the brunt. And in these kind of times, right, it is initially these people who start this whole giving the pink slip kind of thing, and slowly it percolates down to several other sectors, right? So one of the things that I want to highlight to you, whether it is CFA, non-CFA, whether you do it or don't do it, it is not just your qualification. See, qualification is very important. I'll actually share that qualification is very important, by the way. Okay. There is also something called as talent, which is innate in you. And there is something called a skill that which you pick up. Okay. Talent is singing talent, dancing talent. Those are all innate. Everybody is not Hrithik Roshan or Prabhudeva, right? Same way, skill. So every skill is something you learn by doing it multiple times, and, by learn carpentry or, accounting, learning all of these is skill. Then something what you have is a certificate. So once you become a CA or a CFA or a CPA or a CMA, you get a certificate, right? So that is a qualification. Now, all these three are different, but, some of you would have heard of this Ikagai concept, Ikagai, Japanese concept, where you're happy, where you have passion, where you like, where if you work on that, you will be most happy and most successful and make more money. So same thing happens even in your career, which is, you not only need talent, you not only need skill, but you also need certain qualifications to get ahead at certain points of time. Now, according to me, all of them are important. And, a lot of people give example of Mark Zuckerberg or Bill Gates, saying that, they're called college dropouts, and, then they're made, big in life. But please remember, they're all dropouts of Harvard, not of some engineering college or some big college. Okay, or for that matter, any fancy college. So it is just for 1% of those people, degrees don't matter. For 99% of the people, for a lot of us, including me, and my presumption is for a lot of you, degrees and qualifications do matter. Okay, but at the same time, they are not be all or end all of everything. So degree alone does not guarantee success in life. You also need talent and skill. There should be something inherent in you. There should be something you have worked on and developed as a skill, to which your qualification will add wings, and it will propel you forward in your career. Okay, so I want to highlight that aspect first before because a lot of questions that we get is, if I do CFA, will I get 10 lakhs? Okay. If I do CFA, will I get into investment banking? If I do CFA, am I better than CA? If I do CFA, is it better than IIM MBA? So, all those questions, no? A qualification is relevant, but along with that, unless you have your skill or talent, the qualification loses its charm very quickly. Okay, so having put that aspect to rest, let me now actually proceed to the main webinar. So what exactly is CFA? Just to give you a brief understanding of what it is. Just like we have professional institutes in India, which are let's say like a CA or a ACCA, or in US you have CPA and so on and so forth. ACCA is a UK institute anyway. So those institutes are focused on accounting or courses like that. Whereas CFA is an institute, and it is a CFA, believe me, is a private institute. It is not owned by any government. So CFA is an institute that is focused on people who want to make their career in investment industry. What do I mean by investment industry? People who work in stock markets, people who work in, when I say stock markets, don't say cash or derivatives or futures or options, everything. Okay. Or asset management or PE funds or VC funds or equity research or fixed income or currency markets or commodity markets. So people who want to work in these kind of professions, right? Those are the people who typically take up something called a CFA. It is offered by the CFA Institute of USA, and it has 3 levels, just like what we have 3 levels in CA or CMA or CA or Indian CMA, where you have foundation, inter, final. Here you have level 1, level 2, level 3. And in all these 3 levels, you are tested on a variety of topics, which include anything right from accounting till, valuation, investment management, fund management, wealth planning, portfolio management, so on and so forth. Right. And CFA, just before I proceed further, I want to clarify. I myself am a CFA charter holder. I did this in 2011. In 2011, I got my charter. Okay, and Saibdeep also I think cleared level 1, right? Saibdeep, or you cleared level 2 as well?
I took up level 1 while being at JP Morgan.
Yeah, correct. So Saibdeep was working in JPM. At that point of time, he cleared level 1. I cleared 3 levels when I was in BNP Paribas and other place. Right now, the CFA degree, or rather the charter, they call this as a charter. What we call as a degree or a certificate, they call that as a charter, CHARTER. That is considered as gold standard in specifically in this investment management profession. Now, just like most of the institutes in, this institute is also based out of USA. So you have a lot of US folks who are CFAs. Right. There are about 1.8 lakh charter holders across the world, and they're there in about 160 plus countries across the world. Now, moving further, how to earn the CFA degree? See, CFA degree, just like what you have for CA or ACCA or other courses, you need to have some experience and you need to have some pass the exams. You have very, very similar structure. Okay, you have to pass 3 levels of exams, and you have to achieve some qualified work experience. So what is this qualified work experience? You basically have to work for a specified number of hours in the investment profession or related to investment profession. So after you clear these 3 levels, or parallelly as you are studying for CFA, you have to have that, some certain number of working hours in this specific, they have given certain areas. Okay. In those areas, you have to have experience. If you have both of them together, then you also submit certain reference letters, and then you become a charter holder. So just by passing level 3, you are called as a level 3 pass person or a person cleared level 3. Okay. You are not CFA level 3 is what you can say, or passed the CFA level 3 is what you can say. But after you pass level 3, after you submit that you have got those, qualified required work experience, and then you apply for the charter and you get the charter, then you are called as a CFA or a CFA charter holder. Okay. So this is something I want to be very, very clear and specific about. Now, why do people take up CFA? See, there are a variety of reasons why people take up CFA. And typically, people in the age bracket of 17 to, probably 30 or 35, or even sometimes up to 40 also end up doing CFA. Now, why do they do it? One is a very, very basic reason. I know that some of you have CA background, some of you may have MBA background, so on and so forth. But one of the primary reasons why people do take up CFA is to get the knowledge. So a lot of people, in my, I teach SFM for CA also, by the way. A lot of people say, I know SFM and I love SFM. I understand it very well, then CFA should be easy. No, it is not. It is not a direct correlation. There are a lot of common topics, yes, but just because you have good knowledge of accounting or you got very good marks in SFM and CA or SFM in CMA doesn't mean that will necessarily translate into great ability for your CFA, across any levels. Because CFA goes into the core of finance. Core, it is absolute core of finance, and there is some element of mathematics also. Okay, so if you are saying that I am not good at maths, then I don't think CFA is going to be very easy. Okay, yeah, I'm not saying again it is going to be extremely tough. I'm just saying that it's not very easy. You should know minimum amount of maths. You should know minimum amount of logics, because there are they use derivatives. When I say derivative, I'm saying differentiation and integration, right? Mathematics में differentiation, so that is used. And there are also concepts which are related to mathematics where you have to understand and you have to respond fast. Right, you should be able to calculate fast. So they will give you a calculator and all of that. You can carry your own calculator. But I'm generally telling you, as a CFA, you are expected to have numbers on your fingertips. That is basically what a CFA does. Then, so a lot of people who want to understand finance take up CFA. Second thing is people who want to get into wealth management, risk management, asset management, investment banking, commercial banking, insurance, all of these career paths, no, CFA gives you a solid entry or even a solid footing. So I know a lot of people who got into investment banking, then did CFA. I know a lot of people who got into risk management, then did CFA. Right. So there is another course called FRM, so risk manager, that is also in some institute similar like CFA, but right now we are not talking about that. We are talking about CFA per se. Okay. So I know a lot of people who got into these domains, what I'm highlighting on the screen here. Okay. What I'm, trying to underline on screen here, and then they did CFA and they did well. Okay, and this particular qualification is a gold standard in investment management industry. When I say gold standard, it is literally the qualification that you should have. And last and most important reason why I think people are doing or people will do CFA or people want to do CFA is to signal to potential employers. What do I mean by signal? So I don't know how many of you have seen my video on CFA. I did CFA, or at least I started CFA because I wanted to signal to my potential employers that I'm interested in the investment management industry. So I was already a CA. I was studying in ISB, and it's a fairly competitive place, ISB, or for that matter, any B school. And I was very sure that I wanted to get into equity research or something related to stock markets. So I had CA, and I was also doing my MBA, and I realized that I need to signal to my employers that I'm very, very interested in doing, in this stock markets. So hence I did CFA, or I cleared one level of CFA when I was in ISB. So I wrote the exam when I was in ISB, and I cleared the exam when I was in ISB. And in my resume, I wrote saying that CFA level 1 pass. Okay. And I sent it to, I applied to various jobs, and equity research guys actually picked it up. Right. So this is the reason this signaling is very, very important. It is a superb tool for you to signal. So and why is this signaling important? See, the thing is, a lot of people have aspirations to get into a variety of jobs. Okay. I want to be a king in stock market. I wanted to be, big bull, or I want to be Rakesh Jhunjhunwala of stock market and all of that. But then if you don't get entry into the market, how are you even going to make your career? Right. So how do you signal? See, and there are a lot of people, right? So let's say there are, let's say one stock market company comes, or let's say some mutual fund comes to ICA for recruitment, or some, some B school for recruitment. Now there is an all India first ranker. There is rankers. There are a bunch of people there. How do you demonstrate that you are more interested than them? Even though you may or may not have the, that academic pedigree, but still, I am very interested. I want to do this. How do you signal? Right. This is one course that allows you to signal. And if somebody was asking me, I think Vedika or somebody was asking me about the 23-month now second year BCom students can write and all of that. So if you look at the, email that I received from the CFA Institute, the CEO of CFA Institute, he said very specifically that we are trying to, reduce the entry barrier to CFA because we want all the students to signal to their employers that they're interested in investment management. That was a very specific word. You can go and check out the video on YouTube where I actually read out that letter. Okay, so these are the primary reasons why people do CFA. And this helps them move into a new career or accelerate their career path. Accelerate means you get into a career and then build upon it substantially, right? Okay, so now moving to the next one. Just a sec. Yep. Moving to the next one. Who should not take it? And I want to be absolutely clear in this. Okay. Somebody who's, not interested in financial markets, somebody who is, not interested in investment banking or investment management or any of these fields, right? If you are not interested, but, I just want to generally casually do CFA, my strong suggestion is don't do it. There has to be a purpose. See, you want to get knowledge, that is a very relevant purpose. You want to understand or you want to make a career, that is very relevant purpose. No, generally, I think it will be one extra qualification for me in my life. No, please don't do that. Because two reasons. One, this is a very intensive course. Second, it's a very expensive course. And I say expensive, it is not, it's not extraordinarily expensive, but it just takes a lot of investment of both mind and money, both of them put together. Right. Okay. So we'll come to the cost part and all of that. Okay. But coming to that later, my suggestion is if you're not interested in the financial markets, don't even get into CFA. Okay. Very blunt. Okay, because the entire course is about financial markets. And if you want to do auditing or taxation or internal audit in your life, and then you want to become a CFA, both are in completely opposite direction, North Pole, South Pole. Okay, so don't do that. Right. Then just a sec. Next slide. CFA in India. So I was just actually checking the website and talking to a bunch of people. There are 3,000 plus CFA charter holders in India, and easily there'll be another 3,000 to 5,000 people who have finished their CFA but have not taken the membership or in the process of membership, something like that. So at least 9,000-10,000 CFAs are there in India, people who have qualified all three levels. This is my guess. Okay, because as far as I know, only the charter holders details are available. Level 3 pass details are not available. Okay, now who are the people who employ CFAs? People like Ambit. Ambit is an investment bank. Edelweiss, they are a stockbroker and they also have investment banking teams. DSP, CRISIL, Aon, Big Fours. So your PwC, EY, KPMG, Deloitte, GT, BDO, a bunch of them employ. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, like where Saiddeep was working, CT, HSBC, Credit Suisse, Morgan Stanley, Morningstar, Spark Capital, BNP Paribas, where I was working. Okay, so all these guys actually recruit CFAs. And what is the salary for a fresher after clearing level 1, level 2? It is between 4 lakhs to 9 lakhs. So when I say a fresher, I am looking at a 21, 22-year-old who has only an undergraduate degree. I am not referring to a CA plus CMA plus something and CFA. No, I am referring to a pure degree, BCom degree or an engineering degree holder from decent college, not a very fancy college, at the same time not a very low-end college, some medium level college, and who has finished level 1 or level 2 will get anywhere between 4 to 9 lakhs per annum. If you are a level 3 pass candidate with the same degree, which is your BCom degree or engineering degree, you will get starting salary of 8 to 10 lakhs. Okay. And if you are a CA plus MBA or a CFA level 3 pass candidate, right? CA, MBA plus CFA level 3 pass, your salary can be anywhere north of 15 lakhs, starting salary, right? So CA or MBA plus CFA, right? I'm giving you a combination here. Okay, and this exam is conducted in 16 centers across India and all of that stuff. There are most of the cities, top cities in India have this center. Now, I want to show you guys something. Okay, I want to take, you might all call this, I'm actually talking bluff. Who are these employees and all of that? I actually want to show you. Just hold on. I've paused the sharing. I'll open a site. I wish all of you already know. If you don't know, then it is very unfortunate. Just a sec. What I did, I went to linkedin.com, went to the section called jobs. So there is something called jobs here, went there, typed CFA in India and look at the jobs that are there. Investment analyst from a company called Switz Group. And what are they looking for? A CFA level certification or an advanced stage of completion. Okay, this is one guy. And what is the work? Should possess business planning, financial modeling, budgeting skills, good communication, negotiation, so on and so forth. Must possess a bachelor's degree in business or economics. Now let me see. There is something called a Sutherland. Now, who's this Sutherland? Sutherland is a IT service and IT consulting company. What is the kind of qualification they're looking at? MBA finance from Tier 2 institutes, CA, CFA US, preferred 0 to 4 years of experience. So basically they are taking you as equivalent to something like a CA. Okay. Now let us look at another one, Morningstar. What is the qualification or the stuff that they're actually expecting here? Postgraduate qualification in finance like MBA or CFA or CA or FRM. Okay. Then let me look at HSBC. What does HSBC? And these are all, you yourself can go and check out. Okay. I need not check anything. You yourself can check out. It's not as if that, I'm taking it out of hat or something. So you see associate director, MBA from a reputed institute, PG degree in economics or professional qualification like CA, additional qualification like CFA and FRM are preferred. Okay, so you look at this and, we can go on and on and on. I mean, there are hundreds of jobs. Most of the places, they ask an MBA, CPA, CFA is preferred and formal trade training is plus. So basically, they see this either as a plus or an addition to your existing degree like a CA or an MBA, or they see this as a substitute of that depending on the kind of the role. Okay, so you please note these words. It is either a add-on, it is either a supplement or a complement. Okay, it can be both. Okay, it can be both. You cannot say, please choose whether it is a supplement or a complement. Supplement is what it is, you complement means you do it in addition. Supplement means instead of, right? So it is chosen both is as a instead of CA MBA, they are okay with CFA. Some cases they ask in addition to CA MBA, I also want a CFA. Okay, so I am stopping sharing and again I'm coming back to my previous screen.
Just to add on for a minute, you might have seen these senior level positions. You yourself can go on LinkedIn and see. So they were 2506 results, right? So after you are done with today's session, and if you want to know more about the scope, go to any company you like, check their employees working in that domain. You'll see they be either doing CFA or already a CFA chartered.
Correct. Right. So now, what is the value of CFA to CA or CMA students? Let me attack this part first because we got a lot of queries on this. Okay. So now, friends, I told you that I did my CFA while I was in ISB after I finished CA, right? And the reason was signaling. To me, the biggest advantage for a CA, CMA student or the reason why a CA, CMA student should do CFA. And now they can do this CFA after they finish their CA. They can do this CFA after they finish their BCom. Okay, or they can do this CFA as they are parallelly pursuing it and all of that. Don't get me into the discussion of can I do 3 courses at a time, BCom plus CA plus CFA and all that. Whatever the CA Institute tells, you have to follow that. Okay, so don't get into those discussions. Just if you're planning to do CFA along with CA or CFA after your BCom or whatever the case may be, if you already have a professional degree, my suggestion is first thing what I said. If you are interested in stock markets, do it. Or if you are interested in currency markets, do it. If you are interested in fixed income markets, do it. If you are not interested in markets, but you are just generally trying to acquire a qualification, do it only if you have interest in those areas, or if you want to learn finance. Don't do it just for time pass, saying that this is another additional qualification. I will have a long list of qualifications from left hand side to the right hand side of my card. No, this is not one such qualification, because the reason is it takes effort. It is not a time pass qualification. It takes genuine effort. Right. So my suggestion is you should do it. CA, CMA students who are interested in market should definitely do it. Now, for these students, there are 2 advantages what they have. One, accounting is super easy, boss. I mean, in CA or CMA, you study very deep accounting. Okay. So you basically, the CFA accounting is Jujubi. Jujubi means very simple. Then when you come to subject like finance, you will have a brief understanding. Okay, I'm telling you, brief understanding. You will not have great understanding because CFA gets into a lot more depth. As I said, they get into differentiation and all of that stuff. I don't know if some of you are from CA Foundation, you'll remember there was something long ago, very long ago, we studied something called differentiation integration. Okay, in your 12th standard or in CA Foundation. So you'll have some topics based on that. Right. But other than that, please don't think that you have a lot of great knowledge and suddenly all that knowledge you will utilize here and CFA is a cakewalk. No. See, and I'm telling you, even though I have 2 degrees, CFA was tough for me. Even though I had CA and MBA from a premier B school, CFA was tough for me because you had to put in a lot of effort. Okay. So that is one part. Right. Second part is you're already pursuing CA, which is a tough course, or a CMA, which is fairly intense course. Do you want to add on to that? It depends on you. Whether you have the energy, stamina to continuously study along with your articleship, which is already morning to night. If you want to do so many things, it is your choice. Okay. So those things you have to be very, very clear about. Right. Now, coming to other people, and the advantage of CA, a CFA degree for a CA or CMA student is, believe me, if you have cleared even 1 level or 2 levels of CFA in your campus interviews, I'm very, very sure, provided you also know how to speak. Okay. And I'm making this very apparent because the biggest, reason for people not hiring chartered accountants or CMAs in campus interviews, the people are not able to communicate. They don't have communication skills, very poor communication skills, right? So assuming you have good communication skills, assuming you are a CA, and for a moment, assume that you don't have any rank. Okay, you are a good communicator and you have, you are a CA, you finished in first couple of attempts and you're also finished 1 or 2 levels of CFA and you have good communication and you are in a placement thing in ICAI or ICMAI, you are in the interviews, that particular point of time, if there is a ranker CA who is not interested in markets, who doesn't have great understanding of markets, but is also, one of the people who's competing for that role in, let's say, a mutual fund or a stock market, believe me, you will have a greater chance of getting the job than the ranker CA. Okay. And when I say ranker CA, it is not necessarily 1, 2, or 3, anyone beyond that or somebody like that. Even if they have good communication skills, you also have good communication skills, but you are able to show that you are someone who's dedicated to the cause of finance or your interest of finance, you will have a higher chance of getting selected than that ranker person. Okay. This I'm making it very, very clear. Why am I saying this? Because I have seen this happen. Right. Now, coming to the next part. What is the value to a non-professional? So far, I've made a lengthy discussion about what CA does, CFA does, to your how CFA adds value to those degrees. What does it do to a non-professional degree? So believe me, friends, to a non-professional degree, it adds a tremendous amount of value, more than what it value adds to a CA. Why do I say that? See, let's assume you are in BCom, and let's assume you're not from SRCC or Xavier's or some of those top colleges. Let us assume for a moment that you are in just below that level, or even if you are in, those SRCC kind of colleges, no problem. Both the places, you will graduate by the time you are 20 or 21. Okay. And at that particular point of time, resumes of all your friends look very, very similar. Okay. Some of you may have some extracurriculars, otherwise, no. Beyond that, how will you identify or how will you tell a potential employer that you are interested in the markets, or you want a job, or you are good in finance? How will you communicate to an employer, potential employer? This CFA degree is the one. Signaling. I keep on stressing on the word signaling. This CFA degree will ensure that your resume stands out. Okay, your resume stands out. Now, CFA Institute has done a tremendous thing by bringing for, earlier, only if you were in, you could register for CFA in, assume you're a BCom student, only in year 2, you could register. After you finish your year 2 exams, in year 3, you could write CFA level 1. Okay, this was the earlier case. Just about 1 month ago, they changed this. Now you can register for CFA when you are in first year of BCom. And you can write the CFA exam in your second year of BCom, level 1 exam. Okay, you can write the level 1 exam in second year of BCom. Okay, so you get a tremendous amount of, there is a possibility that opens up for you to signal to your employers. And also, friends, not only signaling, okay, don't mistake me. You also get to understand a lot of stuff, and you can take career decisions, whether you want to pursue this path, whether you want to get into, this investment management industry, stock market, yes or no, you can take those decisions, right? When you study for this, you will understand whether I want to do this for the rest of my life, yes or no. You will be able to answer questions like that. So to a non-professional, there is even greater value from a CFA degree. Okay, so now coming to the next slide. What are the enrollment requirements? So to register for CFA, level 1 exam, you must have a passport. So this is one exam that is based on your passport. If you don't have a passport, you can't write the exam. For even register, forget write. Registering the exam also is not possible if you don't have a passport. So if any of you are planning to register, first go and apply for passport. Now there are, Tatkal passport, normal passport, variety of things. Please go first apply for a passport. Second, you either should have finished a bachelor's degree, or you must be in year 2 of your bachelor's degree. When I say year 2, it is for BCom. Okay. If you're an engineer, then you should be in year 3 of your engineering. Okay. Only then you can write the CFA level 1 exam. And there is a third requirement, which is, these are all, these are all not, these are all exclusive requirements, in the sense that, if you have bachelor's degree, it is fine. These are all standalone requirements. So if you don't have these two, if there is a combination of 4,000 hours of work experience that you have, where you have worked somewhere for 4,000 hours over 2 years or 3 years, then you can treat that as equivalent to this and go and apply for CFA Institute. I typically don't recommend that, because it involves, which student has 4,000 hours of work experience by the time they finish first year BCom, you tell me, right? It is highly unlikely. So I would strongly suggest not to go that route. Very, very unlikely that, your parents' business, you are working 4,000 hours, in the last 3 or 4 years and all that. So I would not suggest you to do that.
Now, I'll just like to make a point over there.
Yeah.
So we also received some questions. So there are some CA students who don't do BCom, don't do graduation. They can make use of this criteria in case they have completed their articleship. So this work experience includes articleship also.
Correct. So only in that case, only in the case of work, articleship is what I say, it is useful. Don't do just, 1 year BCom, 3 years my father's shop. So all that put together is 4,000 hours. Now let me go and apply. No, I think that is unfair.
Yeah, ethics is the core of CFA, and
Correct.
if you're not ethical at the start, then you're not justifying your
The
time.
qualifications. Correct. Exactly. Now, no, now let me just go back to a bunch of questions which are raised, and then I'll come back to the deck. So, which is better, CA or CFA? I told you specifically, Manish, it is not a question either or. It is a question whether you want to do both or what is your purpose in life. Okay, I cannot get beyond that, right? I mean, I cannot, because it is very, very specific to an individual. Then, is prior accounting knowledge required before starting CFA? No. You do not require IFRS or GAAP knowledge is not required, but you should understand basic accounting boss. If you're not going to understand basic accounting, how are you going to read financial statements? Because CFA is, there are elements of understanding, valuation of shares, which is based on, PE, EPS is based on your P&L account, P&L is based on your accounting. Right. So you need to have basic understanding of accounting. If you don't have, you can acquire it as you're studying CFA. But you can't say that I won't learn accounting but I won't learn even basic accounting. I want to become CFA. No, not done. Okay, next. I cleared my foundation. This is Worth course, and the CFA is best through the CA. Okay, Harish Singh, I'm cleared my CA foundation. So this is the worthy course, and CFA is best through CA. See, if you're just cleared foundation, I don't know what your status is, Harish. I would suggest that you complete inter and then take up CFA rather than taking up CFA directly. Of course, it is your choice. If you finish first year BCom, you can definitely start off with CFA. Next, Nidhi Pauskar has asked, does financial due diligence count as qualified work ex? I think it does. You can reach out to the CFA Institute. As far as my understanding goes, it does. Saibdeep, you think for FDD?
Yes, it does.
It does, right? Okay.
Anyways, this question of whether it matters or not would be at the time of being a charter holder. Now, currently, we are discussing level 1.
Correct. No, that professional work experience career that counts, right? That
the 4,000 hours, any work experience counts.
Okay.
It should be paid.
Correct. Then, sir, CA articleship can also be counted for work experience. Ask Pranati. Yes, it will count as work experience. Then Nidhi, yes. Then is it tougher than CA, sir? Ask Manish Arora. No, different elements here. See, CA tests a lot about your remembering capability. CFA tests a lot more about your analytical capability. Okay, but there is a difference. Okay, CA, CA exam, you look at accounts or FR or SFM or other subjects, a lot of questions are asked from material. CFA, no questions are asked from material. Every time it's a new question. Most of the questions are case studies. Case studies are confusing. By design, they make it like that because CFA mimics practical life. Okay, in real life, you don't have, book questions, no? Whenever you have a doubt, you won't go open a book in front of the, in a big meeting and then check for it. I know that, lawyers and all open that. And, when you have doubts in law, you do that. But you don't do that for simple computations, no? So both have very different perspectives. CA is more knowledge oriented. There are some elements of analytics, but CFA is far more analytical. Okay. And then Pranati is asked, sir, is CA articleship can be shown for work experience for CFA? Yes, we already answered. Hari Singh, what is the salary package of CA and salary package of CA, which is higher? What is the higher package? So we just answered that. So if you have CA plus CFA, 15 lakhs is what we showed you. If you have only CFA level 3 without a CA degree, probably 8 to 10 lakhs is what we said. Then PS, I have completed my BBA graduation. I don't want to do MBA. I'm interested in CFA. Please tell me whether it is worth for trying and will I be able to find a job holding the CFA certificate? Absolutely, PS. You will be able to. There is no issue. We already discussed about that. Next is Rishabh. Apart from investment banking, what are the other sectors which CFA is above par with CA? It is primarily those areas here. Investment banking, valuation, financial markets, banking, insurance, risk management. Those are the areas. Other than that, there is no other area. See, tax, CA is only better. Then GST, CA is only better. Then you have core accounting, CA is only better. So both of the auditing, CA is only better. So both of them have very different orientation. Is IGNO degree valid for CFA? Yes, IGNO degree is valid. Then OU degree valid, of course, OU degree is valid. Screen froze, I unfroze it. Then Sahil, ICFA MBA degree valid? I think it is valid. I don't see any issue. Then Kanaga Kirtika, sir, is CA articleship counted? Yes. Then it's just an add-on. No, so add-on meaning what? CFA degree? No, I gave it in a specific context here. So you can do BCom plus CFA or you can do CA plus CFA. So it is just your choice, depends on what you already have versus where you want to go. Can you explain about CFA scholarship, Rutuja? I will explain. There is a slide on that. A to me. So it seems effort is not worth the rewards for standalone CFA. No, that is not the case. So you see, that is I don't know who the A gentleman or lady is. CFA per se, right? Okay, so let me give an example. What do you think is an IIT graduate starting salary from, let's say, IIT Guwahati? There are people who probably get a crore. There are people who probably get 10 lakhs. So will you say that an IIT degree is irrelevant? Effort is not worth going to, Kota or, Narayana Chaitanya, studying morning to night and getting into cracking IIT JEE and then finally getting a job, which is only 10 lakhs. Is IIT degree useless? Same thing applies for CA also, no? You put 3 years of effort, so much of, spend so many times writing. A lot of people don't clear the exams first time. And finally they get a job which is only 8 lakhs. So is it not worth it? So these are all questions, no, which you cannot answer like that. And it is not fair to ask a question like that because it depends so much more on you than the degree. That is what I'm trying to tell you, right? A lot more is on you, your talent, your skill, plus the degree. Okay, then how much minimum hours required for each level CFA? 300 hours. Mohit, 300 hours is sufficient required. Then PS, I have completed graduation. I've told you that, right? I'm interested in CFA. Please tell me whether it is worth for trying. Will I be able to find a job holding CFA certificate? Yes. Ankit, can driving license be used for registration? No, Ankit, only passport. Can I write CFA level 1 before CA final, Gautam? Yes, you can write. PS, can you please repeat about work experience? So work experience, you need to have 4,000, there are two kinds of work experience. One is work experience, which is treated as a substitute for your bachelor's degree. Other work experience is work experience that is treated as, similar to, your articleship in CA for you to get a CFA degree per se. After you finish CFA exams, you also need to show, few 4,000 hours, if I'm not wrong, 36 months of experience, something like that. For how much is it, Saibdeep?
Yes, 4,000 hours over 3 years.
Correct. Minimum 36 months, something like that. You have to show that experience for you to get actually a charter. Right. So that is what it is. Then I'm working as a MNC. So this is eligible. Then I'm submitting yours. Yes, Harish Singh, your MNC work experience is eligible. How is Indigo Learn different from other providers? How do you add value to students that you enroll? Yes, Deepak, there is a slide I will answer. Divyansh, like CA people to get to put prefix. Does CFA get to put prefix? Yes, absolutely. You get to put prefix. So you don't get to prefix, you actually do suffix. Suffix is towards the end of your name. Okay. Then Harish Singh, I'm passed out of MBA pursuing BCom honors, clearing CA. What degree is eligible? Best submitting degree. I just answered this, Harish. Then Ritu Rani, I am graduate of BMS student. Further, I want to CFA, not MBA. Can I be able to get job after clearing CFA level 1 and 2? Yes. How will we pay to the CFA Institute? I mean, which payment portal? So there is a website called cfainstitute.org. You go there, you make all the payments. You need to have a debit or credit card to make the payment, Mohit. Okay, then Rujuta, I am first year MBA. Can I do MBA and CFA level 1 at the same time? Yes, you can do, Rujuta. Monica, is learning financial modeling valuation important along with CFA? Yes, it is important. Valuation is anyway taught in CFA. Modeling is not taught, but I think that is very important because there are a lot of jobs of financial modeling. I graduated from CU and I want to do CFA. After CA, will I be able to get jobs? Saikat, yes, you will be able to. Then I am a stock marketer and running private company. Can I show this experience? Probably you can show, but should be somebody else above you, Purachandra Reddy Garu, who actually verifies this experience. But I think you can check with the CFA Institute. Then Adi, any exemption available for registration? There are some scholarships and all of that. We will take you through that. Okay, now let me get back. Okay. Total cost of CFA. So you see, CFA there are two things. Let me just tell you something about this one. First, I'll go to the next slide and then I'll come back. There are two types of registrations. One is called early registration, which is here, and there is something called standard registration. So early registration closes 6 months before an exam and standard registration closes 3 months before an exam. So now May 23 exams. So the exams are held typically, 4 times a year for level 1, December, Feb, May, August. Correct, Saibdeep?
Feb, May, August, November.
November, not December. I'm sorry. Yeah, November. Right. So they are held 4 times a year. And the February registration, since we are already in November, that window is closed. It closed on 8th or 9th of November. Okay. So now the next registration is open for May and August. And May also, early registration closed on 9th of November. Okay, so I'm talking everything about level 1, guys. Okay, I'm talking everything about level 1. May 23 registration, early registration closed on 9th of November. Okay, now the next registration that is available for you is standard registration, which is, you can do till 31st of Jan. August, both the registrations are open. You can, do that whenever that particular window opens. Why am I talking about early and standard? Because, let me go back to the previous slide. Because the cost of early and standard registration is different. So early registration, the cost is $900. The cost of early registration is $900 and the cost of standard registration is $1,200. You see these two numbers here? 900 and 1200. That is the cost of, if you register early, you pay 900. If you register late, you pay 1200, right? Which is why I kept saying that, there is a element of, there is a variation in the cost depending on when you register. And when you register for the first time, you also have to pay 350 rupees as enrollment fee. Like when you enroll in a new course, you have to pay some fee, right? So you have to pay the 350 course plus either 900 or 1200 is what you have to pay. Everything is in dollars. So totally, if you, let's say you do everything on early registration only, you pay $3,000. And today the dollar is 80, 81, 82 in that range. So you'll end up paying something about 2.5 lakhs towards the exam and enrollment and all of that. Right. Then you have coaching. Now, is coaching 100% necessary? See, if you are from a non-accounting background, then coaching is necessary across all levels. If you are from an accounting background, first level, maybe you need not take coaching, maybe. Okay, especially depends on whether you have another degree or not. So if you already have a degree like CA or you already have a degree like MBA from a very good college, probably you can choose not to take coaching for level 1. But otherwise, everybody else, if you're doing CA inter or CA final, I strongly suggest you should take coaching for level 1 also. So my suggestion is you should take coaching across levels, and the reason is very simple. You are investing 2.5 odd or 3 lakhs into this course. Okay, over all 3 levels. And if you want to succeed, and every time you don't clear the exam, you have to pay 70,000 or 80,000 again. So it is in your interest to put effort so that you clear it the first time itself and be done with it. Okay, it is not like CA exams or CMA exams, you pay 3,000 rupees, 5,000 rupees. If I want, I will go. If I don't want, I will not go. All those things, if you have a lot of money, then you can do it. But paying 70,000 rupees, 90,000 rupees, and then not doing justice to the course, you will be losing your own money, right? So if you add this, the cost of coach, enrollment plus the cost of coaching, it will come anywhere between 4 lakhs to 4.5 lakhs. Now, a lot of you might be saying, wow, that's a very expensive course. My whole CA is not that much. MBA, I can get it for 3 lakhs. MBA, I can get it for 4 lakhs. My dear friend, 2 things. CFA is issued by the degree or charter is issued by US CFA Institute. MBA, what you will get for 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs is beside your house. Okay, so there is a fundamental difference between those two. Second, CFA degree, if you, let's say you are already a CA and you are taking CFA, it will push you to the top of the heap with respect to placements. If you are half CA and half CA, or you're just a BCom and you're doing CFA degree, you will actually be able to get into the industry which you want to, if it is financial, services or financial investment management related industry. With plain BCom, getting into a mutual fund, becoming something in the mutual fund is literally impossible, because most of the people there already have 3 degrees or 4 degrees. And you with your BCom degree, it can maybe a great college, not great college, doesn't matter. Right, with your simple BCom degree, you say, I want to become the mutual fund, fund manager. Almost impossible, because everybody else already has 3 or 4 degrees. And those degrees are not just alphabets before your name or after your name. They all give you some knowledge. So the core of any qualification or degree is it presumes that you have a certain amount of knowledge. So hence, if you're a plain BCom person, no, 4 lakhs is too high. I will do MBA in some college, XYZ college, local college. I will write some entrance exam and get it. And that is equivalent to CFA. You cannot be wronger. You cannot be wrong than that. Okay. Same thing applies for CA also. Already I am a CA, it's a great qualification. What great value will it add? Because if you want to get into financial markets, you will do everything that you need to get into the market. You will not be discussing about cost benefit analysis of CFA. And believe me, even if you do a cost benefit analysis, CFA degree works out. A simple BCom guy, if you go out there in the market, will get a salary of anywhere 3 lakhs to 4 lakhs. Same BCom guy with a CFA degree, CFA level 1 or level 2 degree or qualification will get a salary of 5 lakhs or 6 lakhs. We showed that to you in one of the previous slides. And a BCom guy with pure CFA degree will get a 10 to 15 lakhs odd salary. I showed you that in the earlier slides, right? So even from an ROA perspective, right? This is an excellent degree. A lot of people say, no, CFA, they don't have jobs, or CFA, no, it's a very tough degree. No, CFA is an expensive degree and all of that. Was we ask people who have the degree. Don't listen to people who don't have the degree. Okay, that is my humble submission. Ask people who have the degree and who are getting into the area where they want to. Has this degree helped them go into the zone where they want to? Ask such kind of people. They will give you the right answer. Okay, now moving to the next slide. Relevant dates, we already discussed this. Now scholarships. Somebody asked about scholarships. See, now there is exam registration fee, which I said is $900 to $1,200. If it is waived and it is reduced if when you have to apply for scholarships on their website, cfainstitute.org. You can apply for women's scholarship, access scholarship, and there are some universities which are affiliated to CFA Institute. Some of the IMs are affiliated to CFA Institute. So all those places, exam fee is reduced to $350. Then you have professor and regular scholarships, which also again you have to apply. In all those cases, the exam fee is reduced from $900 to $350. Okay, so these are all the scholarships that are available. There is nothing free, boss. Okay, there is nothing free in this. If there has to be payment, you can apply for scholarship, but if you have to apply for scholarship, you have to write an essay, you have to submit some documents and all of that. Okay, then what are CFA exams? There are 3 levels of CFA exams. Level 1, all 3 are computer based only. Okay, none of the exams are written exams. Okay, forget written exams and professional exams going forward. Almost every international course, professional course has computer based exam only. And level 1 is fully MCQs, independent MCQs, meaning non-case study MCQs. You have 180 questions. 2 hours, 15 minutes each session. Each session you answer 90 MCQs, and you typically get the results in 60 days. And 40-45% or 50% in some cases the pass rate. Level 2, for you to write level 2, you have to clear level 1. And level 2 exams are case study based MCQs. So they use the word vignette. Vignette is a word they used to denote a case study. So they will have vignettes with 4 or 6 MCQs, totally 88 MCQs, and 2 sessions of 2 hours, 15 minutes each of 44 MCQs each. Then level 3. Level 3 is vignettes, which is basically case studies with MCQs and essays. And you have to type the essays, my dear friends. You have to type the essay. So you should know these. You need not be a typist and all. You need to have decent typing skills. Okay, first session is 2 hours 15 minutes, 8 to 11 vignettes with essay response, and second session is vignettes with 4 to 6 MCQs. So, and CFA level 3 results come out after 90 days. Okay, so this is broadly the exam structure, and exams are 4 times a year for level 1, 3 times a year for level 2, 2 times a year for level 3. Okay, so there are also requirements. Once you write level 1, when you can write level 2, after you finish level 2, when can you write level 3? There's a bunch of requirements. It is there in our website. I don't think that is necessary for us now. I presume most of you are preparing for level 1. As you get into level 1, you will understand all of that.
Just to add on, you can complete the course in about 2 to 2.5 years.
Yes, the course takes you 2 to 2.5 years. There are cases people who have finished below just about in 2 years. That is also possible. But typically, what is suggested is 2 to 2.5 is what is suggested. Then course curriculum. I'll not get deep into it. But one thing I want to tell you is ethics. Some of you may be CA students. We study professional ethics only in CA final. Whereas in CFA, ethics in how to stock market is a subject at every level, and it has extremely high importance across levels. Okay, then you have quantitative methods, then economics, financial statement analysis, corporate issuers. Corporate issuers means people who issue bonds or equity and stuff. Then equity investments, then fixed income. So equity investment, how do you value securities, so on and so forth. Fixed income is basically bonds. Then you have derivatives, basically options, futures, so on and so forth. Alternative investments like real estate investment, VC, PE, so on, and portfolio management and wealth planning. Portfolio management and wealth planning, according to me, is the core of entire CFA. Everything you learn only to learn how to everything, all other topics you learn so that you can understand how to build a portfolio, how to manage a portfolio, how to plan your wealth. Okay, if you look at this, across different levels, different areas have different levels of importance, right? All of this is there on our website, on our blog, so on and so forth. So need not worry about it. Now, CFA Level 1 program, they keep adding new content every 2 to 3 years. So they've added new stuff on geopolitics, corporate structures, capital structure, a bunch of stuff, fintech, all this blockchain and all, they've added stuff. So they keep updating the curriculum every 2 to 3 years. Now, finally coming to what is Indigo Learn, OneFin classes and all that. So guys, I don't know how many of you know, Kaplan Schweizer is the world leader in CFA coaching. Okay, they're based out of US. It is the company called Kaplan. They publish books, across a variety of stuff, law and, in finance and, in technical stuff. So they have a, entity called Kaplan Schweizer, which is the world leader in CFA coaching. They have an extraordinary website. When I say extraordinary website, once you buy and log in, that is when you realize it, which has lots and lots of MCQs and case studies. And, it has a riskometer. So based on how you respond to questions and what is your level of knowledge, it actually checks and it tells you what is the topics at which you have the highest risk. And it also tells you what are the topics where you have to concentrate the most. Okay, so they have some amazing stuff like that. And they have material. And we are an authorized reseller of Kaplan Schweizer. We have tied up with them and we provide their physical books. Original books are non-pirated. Some of you may say, Delhi mein there is one Xerox center, Bombay mein there is some Xerox center, somebody will give. No, we provide original stuff at an affordable price. So what do I mean here is, so our course is roughly about $40,000 and 40,000 rupees. That 40,000 rupees gives you live classes by OneFin faculty. So I also teach, and a lot of others of my batchmates from ISB, a lot of people whom I know, most of those guys are CFA charter holders. Okay, a lot of CFA charter holders teach. We all teach you live classes. These are not physical, these are online classes. We teach them to you on Zoom. And we provide you physical material of Kaplan Schweizer. We will courier that to you, to your house. Okay, already the material has come to us and it is just about couriering it to you guys. Okay, so it is a combination of two things. Our OneFin's, charter holders teaching and all of that, and Kaplan Schweizer's amazing material and their website access. Now, one more thing, somebody said, there are so many other players. How is it you are different from theirs? See, in a lot of places, at least what I have seen, there are only 1 or 2 teachers. Okay, probably there may be exceptions, but most of the names that you mentioned, there are 1 or 2 teachers. In our case, we get a topic specialist for each topic. So I have my batchmates who are working in large investment banks, who work in currency teams or risk teams. I have asked them to come and teach. I have a person who teaches economics extremely well. He teaches economics, right? I have a person who's into HSBC equity research. That person teaches financial statement analysis. So like that, and I teach, derivatives and stuff. I used to be, currency derivatives guy in, I used to handle a fairly large portfolio, close to $1 billion of currency when I was, working in one of the organizations earlier. So I teach some topic like that. We've actually got specialist teaching, and we've got people who have an interest in teaching, who are not interested just for, kuch bhi karke we learn some money and get away. No, I have specifically gone and looked for people who have interest, passion, genuine passion. So there are a couple of guys who are based abroad. They have agreed to teach on India timelines. Somebody is in Singapore, somebody is in Dubai. They are teaching from there in India times. Okay, so it's basically 2 things: Kaplan Schweizer original books plus Indigo Learn online live classes. Okay, that is the thing. Now, CFA Level 1, when are the classes beginning? So we are teaching for your May attempt, not the February one. So, okay, first thing, we are teaching only level 1 now, not level 2, level 3. And for level 1, February, anyway, no, we are not teaching that because, we got the books late, so on and so forth. We are teaching only for May. May also, early registration is over. Now only standard registration is there. So you have to do standard registration, and the classes begin probably in a couple of weeks. December 3rd is when classes begin. So we will give you a study plan. We will give you notes. We will give you a quick pro question bank, quick sheets, bunch of stuff, and also recorded backups for all the classes will be available. This will be till, your whenever your exam attempt is. Okay, as I was saying, 39,999 is the cost of the course for CFA Level 1. We also have a, offer, right? In the next, 4 days or 7 days, something like that. Saibdeep, we have offer 10% off, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so
using
use
code
the
CFA.
use the offer code is CFA, 3 alphabets, CFA, and you get 10% off. This offer I think is there only till this week or something like that. I'll have to check with the sales team, but it is there for next 4 to 5 days for sure. Okay, so that is one. Then your questions. So I think I've come to the end of the session. So let me just go back to the chat window and check what are the other questions. Can we join after December 29th as there is CS professional? No. So Rishabh, my suggestion is you join the classes. See, anyway, initially the classes will not be very, very hectic to start with. See, all I have to get people in the zone. No, as an AK, every day, the day you join, morning to night, we will teach. No, it will not be like that. Please join, attend 2 or 3 sessions. After that, you please prepare for your CS exams. The recorded backups will anyway be available on the website, on our app. You can watch them whenever you want. After the exams, you please come back. Okay, you can join after 29th also. Even if you join after 29th, you will get access to all the past videos. So that is not a issue. Now, the next one is Deepak. Is it recommended to study full-time for level 1? No, man. It is not required. You can study for 300 hours is total requirement. If from today till May, you have 6 months. So each month you have to study 50 hours, meaning each day you have to study 1 to 1.5 hours. That's all. Then Adi, what are the subjects in all 3 levels? Boss, I just explained to you, portfolio management, then you have equity, derivatives, bonds, corporate issuers, financial statement analysis, then ethics and all that, right? Bunny to everyone. Do I need work experience to join level 1? No, we just gave you the things. No, you either need to be finished your first year of BCom, or you should be, in first year of BCom, or you need to have finished your BCom, or you need to have, some work experience, which is, a replacement for your, your qualification or your undergraduate degree. Okay. Why does CFA not have recorded videos? Of course, we are going to launch, no, sir. Mr. Punachandra Reddy, we have just started with CFA. Okay, so first we will have live classes. Those classes, we will also be providing recorded classes. And if you are referring to animated videos and all of that, we will build that up as we move forward. Okay, so CFA per se, we didn't want to start specifically with animated videos. We'll first start with live classes. Slowly, we'll go into animated videos. CFA and FRM combo, it is very good. Dhananjay Dharkar, it is very good, but then it will take you a lot of effort. So if you're already working somewhere, or if you already have another job, or if you're already pursuing CA and other things, I would not recommend. Finish one after the other. There is no hurry. Okay, then Deepak, do you have corporate types for fresher CFA level 1 cleared guys? No, I can definitely try and get you, but I will not promise, Deepak, because I know a lot of folks. I know a lot of people in banks, investment banks. So I can definitely go and connect you with the guys. But getting you a job is in your hands. Getting a job is in your hands. But I can, take you to the place. Sir, after clearing all 3 levels, we have to work 3 years. After that, we get the charter. No, so see, Karnaga, Kirtika, Siddharthan, the thing is, after clearing all 3 levels, or along with those 3 levels, if you have 3 years of work experience, you will get a charter. Now, a lot of people say, no, I have a charter. If I don't have a charter, I am a low quality CFA. No, nothing like that. After you pass level 3, you are equivalent to a charter holder. Charter is just a recognition of the fact that you have also worked in the same industry for some amount of time. That's all. Okay. So you can have the 3 years of work experience in the investment area as you are pursuing these 3 levels, or after those 3 levels also. Anyways, it is okay. Mr. Punachandra Rao, I already responded to that animated video thing. We will do it as we move forward. Then K. Sai Abhinav, I haven't written any of BCom first year exams. Can I register? Yes, you can register, but you will be able to write the CFA level only after your first year exams. Okay, you can register, but you can write the level 1 only after first year exams. If you have any query on this, Saib, do reach out to me or Saibdeep. You can post on our forums or write to support@indigolearn.com. We'll be more than happy to assist you. Then Adi, CFA is in all countries, including UK. Yes, absolutely. CFA is a professional qualification that is valid across the world. There is no competing. Okay, so this is one more thing. So CFA has no competition. CFA has no competition. Okay, MBA is the only competition. Okay, other than that, CFA has no competition. Then Netaji Palaniswamy, does CA articleship qualify for 3 years charter? No. If you have worked for those 3 years in CA articleship for valuation, let's say you were in the E&Y valuation team, or you were in the team with respect to financial modeling of PwC or some firm, then those 3 years will be valid. Otherwise, they will not be valid. Your tax, audit, GST work is not valid for 3 years charter, experience for charter. Do you recommend CA students to pursue CFA? 100% iPhone 26, whoever you are, I recommend CA students to pursue CFA, provided they have time, provided they have interest, provided they want to pursue a career in finance, and provided they believe that they want to pursue this course, they have an interest in this course. Are we have to pay fees to use charter every year, CFA charter every year? Sahil was asking. Yes, I pay roughly about 7,000-8,000 rupees a year, or 10,000 something, to use my designation as Sriram Somayajula CFA. Boss, why are you bothered about what is the fees, membership fees? First to become a CFA, then if you want, you can take the membership. Otherwise, don't take membership. It doesn't matter. Purnachandra Reddy, I'm not good at math and stat. Do you suggest me to take up, sir? I'm interested, but I'm not good in math and stat. See, there is some element of math and stat, boss. Okay, so you go, you will have some amount of derivatives and stuff. If you're not good in that, it is going to be very tough. If you want to, learn it as part of CFA, very good. But if you are saying that no, mujhse maths and stats cannot happen, then it is not. Please don't do it. Take it up, because it is a tough thing for you. Right. Then doing in masters in finance, MBA later on after CFA level 1, level 2 worth it, considering knowledge of finance we already possess by doing CFA. Actually, a lot of people do MBA, CFA after MBA. I know a lot of people who, did the MBA in, premier B schools, and then they did CFA, including myself. Okay. So after level 1, level 2, let's say you're doing BCom and you clear level 1, and then you apply for MBA. Yes, it is very good. It will actually add value to your resume when you apply for a good quality MBA institute. Can you pursue CFA if you are third year BCom dropout? See, you need to be completing your BCom course. Prajwal, you cannot leave an academic degree and then say that I will do CFA as an alternate to my basic undergraduate degree. No, you have to parallelly finish your BCom, and only then you will be eligible to get a move forward in CFA. Right. CFA is only for job purpose, even practice in United States. Adi, very good question. So CFAs, a lot of them are investment managers. So a lot of them practice as financial advisors. They manage other people's money. So, there are a lot of people who manage money, PMS schemes. I am a financial advisor. I will manage all the money for you. I will tell you which stock to invest, what to do, all of that. Also, a lot of people who are financial advisors, they do a course called CFA. They also do a course called CFE, Certified Financial Planner. That is a slightly easier course. CFA is a very tough course, so they do that. Right. So I think I have answered all the questions, no? Sayabdeep?
Yes, majorly, a couple of them were asking for the website. So it's onefin.in.
Onefin.in is our website. Onefin.in/CFA is the page. So 3 things, guys. What I want to leave you with, I'll not take further time. We're already past 9 o'clock. We provide live classes plus Kaplan original material, printed material, which will be delivered to your doorstep. Classes start on December 3rd. The cost of the course, as I said, is 39,999. Use code CFA, capital letters, CFA, 3 capital letters, one after the other, to get 10% discount. And please pursue this course if you have interest in finance. Okay. And it is not a time pass course. It is a course that demands dedication, that demands effort. Okay. And you need to have basic maths and stats. If you're bad in maths and stats, it's going to be a tough course. If you're decent or average in maths and stats, it is, you can put efforts and get through this course. Okay.
If you're determined to learn it alongside the course, that's fine. You should.
That is fine. But you should have that intention. Okay. Okay. Chalo, guys. So I look forward to a lot of you enrolling with us. We have this offer code valid for next 4 days, at least till end of this week. So we will, look forward to seeing you, a lot of you enroll with us for CFA. Okay. Okay. Chalo, guys. All the very best and have a great evening ahead. Okay. Chalo. See you. Bye.